Noble Park Skatepark is located about 40 minutes southeast of Melbourne. It definitely would have to be one of the best parks in Melbourne. It's a park that's well spread out. It's sectioned off, so the plaza is separate from the bowl and the bowl separate from the snake run. So because it's so large, plenty of people can ride at the same time with not really getting in the way of each other, which is a big downfall to a lot of parks sometimes. The bowl is one of the better deep end bowls in Melbourne, if not Australia. You'll see a lot of big transition riders ride that deep end like it's a 6-foot quarter just because of how good the transition is. You can get really good pump off the waterfall drop into it, and there's a nice 45-degree hip that sets you up again for the deep end or the sides of the deep end. The shallower end is about 6 foot deep, maybe 7, and then it drops down into about probably 11 foot. Smooth transition. It has pool coping, so it's more a bowl for airing. If you're into deep end transitions, this is definitely a park to check out. You won't be disappointed. I really like the snake run in this park. It's actually a reasonable height. A lot of the times when they build snake runs, they're too crammed in and they're also too small. Whereas this snake run, most of it's around sort of 6 foot, gets a little bit deeper towards the end, and up the top, it's obviously about 4 foot, which also acts as like just a fun little 4-foot mini ramp back to back sort of setup. But yeah, the snake run has multiple hips that actually line up quite well with one another. Some are rolled over, some are a bit more sort of transition coping style transfers. But yeah, good tranny, well spread out. If you like riding sort of trail style transition at a park, this is a place that you'll enjoy. Even the plaza is separated into 2 sections, which again is good because more people can ride at once. The main section that most people ride features 2 hubbers down the bank, which are a nice height, and a pretty much perfect down rail, which is also good for up rails. Also links into like a rolled over hump. The transition on that rolled over hump is a bit kooky, but it does give you good speed to hit the rails if you want to go up them, or yeah, heading towards the other end of the park. Perfect little flat rail, really good length. It's probably a little low, but it's kind of a flat rail that you can try anything on and work out some pretty wild combos. At the other end of this part of the park, you've got a big bank to Jersey barrier style transition. Pretty cool, used as a sub box if you want. Turn around, the bank's that big, you can turn around on it, no problems, and keep speed. Yeah, good little setup to go back and forth on. Another part of the plaza is 2 pretty perfect up and flat rails. They have a good length flat up the top and also a good length down, so they are good. They also have hubbers right next to them. You can have a lot of fun on that. They're small enough that you can really play around and get a few things dialed in. So after that is a hubber down a stair set with banks either side. The hubber's a little bit too small to hop on. Feels a bit weird, but for the younger gen, that good way to get used to riding down ledges. Those banks also set you up nicely for those rails I just spoke about. There's another section of the plaza which has a 4-foot quarter at one end just to sort of get you some speed, which then sets you up to either a cool little 2-step flat ledge mani pad sort of setup, which is definitely fun. Probably could have had the out ledge part of them a bit longer so you can do more manual 2-grind stuff. It also has an A-frame rail, which is a bit kooky because the rail's too fat, so it's not as good as it definitely could have been. Another cool feature of this skate park is the 2 tight transition quarter pipes that are placed kind of randomly, but they do line up with the banks that are in front of them, so they're easy to hit. There's only small decks on them, so you can get pretty creative on them. They're quite steep, but that's also what makes them more unique as well. There's plenty of parking. There's drink taps, toilets, pretty much anything you need is around the park. The only downfall is that any shade they've built is actually on the outside of the park that's fenced off as well, so it's not easy to get to. So the fact that there's no shade in the park for such a big park is pretty ridiculous. But other than that, also don't ride this park sort of midday in the summer because the glare is really bad. You will not have a good time. But other than that, one of the best parks in Melbourne, something for everyone. Definitely check it out.